Give me a yes or a no. How many of you out there tonight would agree that you would like your LGN Prosperity business to be a career option for people that look at it? Not a place that they would just stop by for a month or 2 or 3, but somewhere that someone would have a lot of pride in, that would be able to build, that would be able to change their life financially and make it a legitimate career, not just a place that would stop by. Well, obviously I'm getting some resound yeses. James, yes, 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 yes. There's a ton, and we have a packed call, which is exciting. But that's a rhetorical question, right? I mean, I know the answer to that, and even more than each and every one of you all saying yes, from my personal perspective and the executives here at LGN, the key thing that we want to do with LGN Prosperity is we don't want to make it a stopping place. We want to make it a finishing place. We want it to be a place that regardless of where someone is at in their network marketing career, that they can take a look at this company and they can be excited about what we are doing. They can be excited about the obvious paradigm shift that is happening in this industry and where it started and how far we are in front of many of the people out there that are trying to copy us, and why our business is truly going to a new level. And when you look at LGN Prosperity and you look at what we've been able to create and what we've been able to enhance, I want to start with the way that we pay people. Now, some of you out there, just looking at the names on this list, some of you have been with us since December, and many of you probably realize that we did have a compensation change just about a month and a half ago. We enhanced our compensation plan. And one thing that probably attracted you to LGN, regardless of whether you are completely active in it or not active at this point, you're on this call tonight. I know for a fact that one thing that attracted you to LGN Prosperity was the fact that we paid huge upfront commissions. We really rewarded people upfront for doing the work that was required to get paid commissions, for getting out there and showing the opportunity, for showing the retail product to people. You were able to earn a commission. Well, as we travel the world, and you're going to remember when I introduced this LGN Prosperity Diamond Compensation Plan, the one thing that we constantly heard out there from people was, well, look, James, your compensation plan is awesome in the fact that I get to put $777 in my pocket over and over and over again for my efforts. But where it's challenging is that, I don't have a true incentive to get out there and help people on my team. So what we created here was the best of both worlds with LGN Prosperity Diamond Compensation Plan. We created a way for you to still receive that immediate upfront cycle commission, where you're going to earn $600 each time that you cycle by finding 6 new customers to join your business, or even in some instances having someone help you. We also gave you the ability to build leaders inside your own team. So each time someone that you've personally sponsored gets out there and they cycle, you would earn a commission on that, a true residual commission in the fact that as they build their business and you assist them, you're going to be rewarded in 2 ways. Number one, you would receive a $125 commission when they cycled, but number 2, they would end up back in your matrix, which gets you one step closer to cycling. I'm sure that each and every one of you all can understand what I'm talking about. Well, we took it even a step further. We allowed it to where when they actually sponsored someone, you would be able to earn some income off that. And again, when they actually sponsored someone, the same exact thing. And what we did by making one little change in the compensation plan, we created the little word called leverage. Has anyone ever heard of leverage out there? Just give me a yes. Leverage is a very, yeah, obviously, right? Another rhetorical question. Leverage is one of the most powerful things out there in the world today. I think that we could all agree that leverage is when you can do a little bit of something, but you can get a big reward from it when we're talking about that financially. You can do your piece, which will create massive wealth for a lot of people. And that's what we've been able to create with our Diamond Compensation Plan. We've been able to create a way that you personally can create leaders in your team. You need to be a leader grower, and that means that you need to grow leaders in your own system. So it doesn't take you to be on every 3-way call. It doesn't take you to be on every single training. It allows you to get out there and build leaders. One thing I can tell you that's pretty exciting about this compensation plan, I was talking to the Director of Operations today, Colby Thomas, and one thing he mentioned to me, he said, James, I was looking at some of the incomes that have come from LGN Prosperity in September. And one thing I noticed is that this one gentleman had only cycled 3 times in a month. Now, I say only. I'm sure everyone on this call would agree, or at least the majority of people, $1,800 is nothing just to sneeze at, right? There's a lot of people in the world today that $1,800 would change your life. Well, what he told me was even more exciting. This person had only cycled 3 times, and what you think their commission would be only $1,800, it was actually about $3,500. Now, why do you think that was? It's obviously because he was receiving a lot of these commissions, some 125, some 37, some 15s. I've had some people that were promoting LGN Prosperity back in the day when we very first launched, and they had decided to go off and maybe promote something else, or maybe they had decided just to hang out for a while and they weren't really working their business. And all of a sudden they start receiving these checks of 125 and 37 and 15. And they're trying to figure out, why in the world am I receiving these? And they didn't even know, because they weren't paying attention, that the compensation plan had changed to where it actually supported 4 levels rather than just the 1. So it's very, very exciting, right? And you can earn a tremendous amount of money from that. There's no doubt about it. Well, as we travel the world and as we've gotten out there and, we have created this new diamond compensation plan, one thing that we've constantly heard echoed around the world is, James, look, it's awesome what you did to the plan. We have created a way that we can actually build some leaders out there. But here's the deal. As my team grows and as my organization grows, how can I continually, spend my time assisting people if there's no real incentive for me to truly grow an organization more than 3 or 4 levels deep? Well, obviously my answer to that is, well, number one, the Diamond Compensation Plan is created for you to grow leaders in your own organization. But with that being said, I understand what you're saying. So, what we did as a company is we tried to go back to the drawing board. How can we create a way that would give someone an incentive to completely grow their organization? As you know, with a traditional network marketing company, the traditional network marketing companies that are out there, there is a monthly fee that's associated with it, right? I mean, how many people on this call tonight, and I know what the answer is going to be, if everybody participates, it's going to be 100%. How many people out there tonight have been part of a network marketing company that you have to do a monthly auto ship in order to be able to earn income from that company? Or you have to do a monthly auto ship just to keep your sales volume up high enough to be able to achieve a certain level to receive income? Obviously, I'm getting blown up with yeses, right? All of them. They're all exactly like that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the one thing that has made us very, very attractive about LGN is the fact that you are not going to hurt anybody by showing them LGN Prosperity. If you would have been at the LGN live event in September, you would have heard Chris McMahon talking about that. The fact that he had been in the business for 15 or 17 years, I can't remember the exact number, but he had been in these companies where he had seen people give their very, very last dime just to hit that auto ship, where he's seen people be negative in their bank accounts trying to get that auto ship set up. Folks, you're not going to hurt anybody with this program. You're giving someone the ability to have an amazing product, an amazing compensation plan, ethics, reputation, a company that has a solid infrastructure and foundation, and we're just continually getting better and better and better. So with that being said, traveling around the world, understanding what people are wanting, going back to the drawing board, how can we make this even more, exciting than it already is? How can we take LGN from where it is right now and add that extra little piece that is missing to help someone be able to work with their entire organization and be able to be rewarded from it? Imagine for a second having a team of 2,000 people out there. Now, some of you out there are saying, there's no way that that's ever going to happen to me. Well, guess what? You get what you expect. So if you expect that not to happen, you're exactly right. It's not going to happen. It will never happen unless you expect it to. But with that being said, when you understand the power of leverage and the power of numbers, you will also understand that that is an achievable goal of every single person on this call, regardless of what you think right now your ability is, regardless of whether you're brand new or you're a veteran in this industry. If you understand how the numbers work and the power of numbers work, you understand that that is very, very possible. So I hope each and every one of you are sitting in your seats. I hope that you're in a place that you're not going to fall down. We cannot be held responsible here at LGN if someone is standing up right now when I make this announcement. We can't be held responsible if you fall out of your chair and hit your head on the table or anything like that. So I'm just throwing that disclaimer out there. Each and every one of you, you're listening to this call at your own risk because we're about to explode your bank accounts and show you how you can do it. We're about to do a paradigm shift in this industry that's going to blow your mind, and we're taking LGN prosperity to an entirely different level. So before I hit this next slide, I want you to tell me, are you ready? Yes or no? Give me a yes if you're ready.